Now let's talk about the fact, I bet we got some right under our feet here. Not too long ago, I was walking around in my flip-flops, because you don't have to tie them, one arm got to tie and stuff. Bumblebee got in between my flip-flop and got me right on the soft part of the inside of, and of course I'm a wuss when it comes to stings or bites or things like that. And I screeched like a banshee and went over, and it stuck in my mind, you said, take plantain, which is everywhere, which is everywhere. And here's what I did. I took a couple of those leaves and I wadded it up, just like you said. And I got it to where it was just, you know, made a mush.
Right.
I put it up against that and I held it tight for 3 or 4 minutes.
Did it work?
It not only worked, when you get stung, there's a pulsating deal there.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
an hour, 2, 3, 5,
yeah.
sometimes a couple days later. I'm not kidding you. When I mashed that up and held it on there, first of all, immediately it was a cool sensation. And it was done. There was there was no pulsing, there was no after effects. It was done, it was over. I couldn't have believed it if it hadn't happened. And again, broadleaf, look, it's everywhere. Which one is this? Which broadleaf is that?
This is common plantain or broadleaf. And then
this is the one that grows the little arrow thing up that we used to shoot as kids. Like,
no, this has more uses than just that too.
What else?
This can also be used on a scrape to slow bleeding, and it helps with inflammation.
No kidding.
Right, and the little seed pods are good for laxative. Yeah. So,
I'm not gonna do it.
Don't eat that.
So you just eat them for a laxative?
You just eat them, yeah.
The bigger the better? They get a lot bigger?
The more you need, the more you eat.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So, I'll remember that.
Yeah.
If I,
yeah.
Well, we'll leave it. All right, next. All right, keep in mind, we are not PhDs. You have just learned in time, you and your husband do this sort of thing, and you know, we all learn from somebody.
True.
But something that I want to show people that's very easy, you tell me what that is?
That is poison ivy.
3 leaves.
3 leaves.
It's got a kind of a waxy look to it. Right next door is this little cat with 5 leaves.
That is Virginia creeper. Very similar. Very easy to confuse the two.
Oh yeah, look at the leaf shape. It's very similar. But this usually has, it can be really dark, but a lot of times it has little knots on it like that one. And it'll be a deep dark green, or like I say, it'll have these little bumps on it. But there's Virginia creeper. Once you figure it out, it sticks out in your mind. Now there are some people that can be allergic to this, correct?
That's true. There's only one way to find out.
And you can find out instantly?
Well, yeah, because Virginia creeper can be very useful.
If you're not allergic to it.
If you're not allergic to it. So let's find out how to test it. You take 1 leaf with gloves.
Okay.
Rub it on the inside of your arm. Wait about 20 minutes and see if there's any redness, any itching, any irritation. If there's not, you're fine. Because most people are not allergic to it. There's a very small percentage of people that actually have a reaction to Virginia creeper. The good news is, if you're not allergic to it, you can take Virginia creeper, use a decoction, which is just taking the plant, putting it down in boiling water, and making basically like a tea, and you can use it to wash off the oils of poison ivy. So it's great for that. It's also good if you have like a sprain. You can soak a washcloth down in that water and wrap it around a sprain, and it helps reduce swelling.
Isn't it amazing? And we talked about this last time, but obviously it's delicious to eat.
It is. This is so good. This is wood sorrel, and wood sorrel is packed with vitamin C, which is fantastic if you get a sunburn. One of the best things that will help heal your skin after sunburn is vitamin C. This plant's also great for nausea, for help to cool you down with a fever.
You're talking about just
stomach cramps.
Just eating it just like that.
Just eating it just like this, or you can make like a tea with the plant.
Huh. Let me ask you this. Could you take that and put that in a freezer bag and save that?
I would think so, yeah. The only thing you really can't do with this, I have not had success with cooking this like in a stir fry.
Right.
It turns brown and ugly. But yeah, you could dry it or freeze it just fine. And then put it into a tea, definitely.
You talked about this off camera and you said moderation's the key here.
Oh yeah, more is not better. These are juniper berries. They are extremely fragrant. Like this little berry, just woo,
Stop.
really, really fragrant. Yeah. A lot of people will crush these up and put them in bath salts and things, like a really wake you up kind of thing. Maybe mix it with peppermint and things like that.
Oh
But
boy.
in a emergency situation, like survival type situation, you could eat maybe one of these berries a day for vitamin C. They're packed full of vitamin C, but you wouldn't want to gather a bowl of these and eat them. They're used as a spice. Like you could grind these up and use one or two over a whole course of a meal for a spice. But for as far as like a supplement for vitamin C, maybe one a day.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Less is better.
Less is better.
As we're looking around, there's black walnut trees everywhere here. You're talking about in the fall when you get the green husk.
Yeah.
What do you do with that?
You can boil those. Take that water. In that
Which
water,
will be acidic.
yeah, a lot of tannins in that.
Yeah.
And you want to take that water and you can use it to treat fungal infections like athlete's foot, ringworm, things we don't like to talk about, but parasites.
I can
things like
see
that.
it's
Yeah.
really got I mean, almost not quite toxic, but approaching that.
Yeah, it'll kill all those yucky things.
The yucky stuff.
Yucky stuff.
All right, here's a nice one to follow up with because we've just been in the woods walking around in case we get some poison ivy that flares
yeah.
up. This is the famous,
Jewelweed.
it's wonderful stuff.
Yeah, jewelweed. This is a really young plant. Here soon this is going to have these beautiful bright orange flowers. It's also known as touch me not because when you touch the flowers they kind of pop apart and fall off the plant. It's got a really succulent, juicy stem on it. And these leaves, if you're unsure that you found jewelweed, if you take a leaf off and you put it down in water and turn it upside down, the leaf will appear silver, almost metallic in the water. If you're looking for this, you can always usually find it by running water or by a water source.
Where it's damp.
Where it's really damp. This you're not going to find this on mountaintops or in really dry areas. You're going to find this in wet areas.
And you can just crush that stem and a liquid
yeah.
will come out and you can put that right on and it kind of
Right on.
dries and it soothes poison ivy, doesn't it?
It does. It acts as a wash for poison ivy. I even like to keep this, the plant, I dry it, and then when I know that we're going to be out hiking, I throw a little bit in some boiling water. I'll take that in a spray bottle and I take it with us and I periodically just rinse off with it, spray it on my arms and legs, and it prevents, when you go through poison ivy, it prevents you from getting the rash to start with.
Very good.
It's a great plant.
I want to take this moment to thank you for showing our folks out there
Oh,
how
I've
this
loved
stuff
being
works.
here. Thank
It's
you.
just so cool. We've lost the old ways. I'm trying to get back.